This goes out to all men around the world. Wherever you are, whoever you are, it's gonna be alright, fellas. We got you.
No, I'm thinking, when you think about alpha male, let me say, when I think about an alpha male, I think about the stereotypical leader of the pack. When you walk into the room, if there were 10 men in the room, which one of y'all probably going to emerge as the leader of these guys? That's what I'm thinking alpha male.
The thought I have on that is that it's not the person who defines himself as an alpha male.
Right.
It is people who see them. Because he's not that conscious of what he does. He moves by spirit. He moves by just goodness and graciousness. He moves because when he walks in, people notice him. So he doesn't say, well,
They have presence. I will give you that. Yeah, the alpha male does have presence. But when you think about Nino Brown would unequivocally say, I'm an alpha male, blanky blanky. You know, I think Jordan would say I'm an alpha male. I think Kobe would say I'm an alpha male.
We're talking about stars. We're talking to regular people. We're saying what people. Am I correct?
Well, no, don't you know when you're an alpha male?
Can I tell you something? Well, it's just a viewpoint. If he knows, to me, then he's not alpha.
You think so?
I'm telling you, because that brings a certain arrogance, a certain assurance. So therefore, when I walk in, I'm assuming that everybody's going to know who I am. That's not an alpha male. An alpha male moves inconspicuously. He moves in, and because he's so humble, he doesn't go around saying, I'm the alpha male. If he did that, he would not be.
Alpha males I've known have not been very humble.
But I think we're staking we're framing the problem that nobody knows what an alpha male is.
Exactly.
Because my contention is exactly opposite. I think that alpha males have to be alpha males. And if me saying I'm not an alpha male, though I have alpha male tendencies by other people, if that defines me as an alpha male, that's a completely different story. So I'm saying if there is no working definition, then you really don't know if you're one or not. You're familiar with the concept, but you're not familiar with the construct.
That's good.
It's like a natural leader. A leader don't walk into a room and says, I'm a leader. And I have some scriptures of what alpha males are not.
Interesting.
What they're not.
Okay.
And that's
give me a couple of those, because we got about 5 minutes before we go on.
An alpha male is not a person who takes advantage of other people. He is not a gossiper. He is not a hater. He does not run over people trying to get ahead. He is not a brown noser. He is not. An alpha male is a male who is, I'm going to use the word I would use, is a person who is self-efficacized. He has purpose. He has definedness. He knows. He doesn't have to go and prove anything to anybody, because you know what happens? He flows naturally. And whatever he does turn to gold. And people like him.
Well, let me help you this. Let me not help you with this. Let me ask you this. Then, with that working definition, can an alpha male be an alpha male without knowing that he's an alpha male?
Most certainly.
So it goes back to what you're saying. It's one of those more natural things. But the problem I have is, am I defining myself in the wrong direction? Am I defining myself under what I should have dominion over versus trying to get my identity as to who God has made me? Now, to have characteristics is one thing, but to understand who I am, which leads me to the next question is, was Jesus an alpha male?
Now, you mentioned the word pack, and how alphas are defined is they are having an influence over a group of people. The way I would define you is that you said I have dominion, or I have a pack of people that I lead. I just think wherever you walk, wherever you go, it's your pack.
But I think that's the size of my spirit.
Yes.
And not the quantification of me as my person.
Understand.
Because Isaiah 61 starts saying that God will lift you and cause nations to be attracted to you.
Right.
So if people are being attracted to me and I'm not doing anything, is that my spirit or is that me being an alpha male?
But I think you are doing something.
I think we got
my spirit.
I think we got a wonderful mixture of balance here, because I see what you're saying. Although what I do embrace is that there is something intrinsic about an alpha male, about the alpha male, that he not necessarily have to know. But if there's something about him, there's a presence about him. I think it may be genetic. Can it be learned? That's the things that I don't know. Because here's the definition. Alpha male, the dominant male animal in a particular group. So when you think alpha, you think about the wolf, you think about the dog. All right, so the definition too is A man tending to assume a dominant or domineering role in a social or professional situation. That's that definition.
Issues
I
is
think
who defines it.
it's a flawed look at what alpha male is. I think the definition that we go on, I think, because hearing your definition sounds more biblical than traditionally how we're taught to be alpha male seems to be more from animals than it is to be.
Yes, and you're right. You're absolutely right. We wouldn't think alpha male unless it was a reference to an animal. That's where it began.
I guess what I'm struggling with, though, is personality. You know, I'm thinking through the question, was Jesus an alpha male?
He was a leader. He was a leader. Clearly, he was a leader. He had 12 men that he influenced intimately follow him, that he discipled. 12 of them. I mean, you gotta understand. These men were no punks. And excuse me for my expression. You know what I mean? They weren't. I mean, they were men in their own profession, doing well.
Cussers, Peters.
But they were able to suspend themselves and their isness to follow his isness or to become his isness.
But did he do that by taking the lead, by assuming the role? And I would say sometimes yes, sometimes no.
You gotta tell me the no part though.
Yeah. Okay. So every time the Pharisees had him do a miracle, what do you say about this? He would not answer the question.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
He would not take the lead.
Okay.
He would not stand up and instruct them or give them. He sometimes would even confuse them more. Is it harder for me to forgive him of his sins, or is it harder for me to heal him? You know, that's the kind of MO. Jesus would not conform to their legitimacy. So as I'm looking at answering the question, was Jesus an alpha male, and to take one of the components of the definition, he shows up and he takes the lead. He didn't always do that. And now, unless that is another component of being an alpha male, that when the right time comes. Now, personally, I don't think he was an alpha
Can I throw
male.
that out to you though? When you said that he made a decision, to me, that took a lead. That was a lead. He made a decision. He said, I'm not going to do A, B, and C. Because the point is that he made that decision. An alpha male will make decisions that are not popular to other people. He is still the alpha. And that's what makes him the alpha person.
I guess that's where I'm struggling, because he was the alpha and the omega.
Yes.
You know, and I get that much.
Woo! I'm the alpha and I'm the beginning and the end. I know when to stand up and I know when to sit down, and it's all in my power to do either or.
Well, I mean, he said, I don't. Nobody takes my life from me. I lay it down.
Exactly.
It is a balance, a grace over power.
Woo! That gave me
You know,
goosebumps.
and so I don't think that we can. It's really hard for me to define my alpha maleness, if such, based on Jesus, because being like Jesus is so much more than being an alpha male. And I think that a lot of men are just trying to mark their territory by, I'm the head of this. You do what I mean, you know, mine is better than you know, this all this legitimate stuff.
Well, that ties into what
legitimacy
you were
stuff.
saying about the titles and stuff. That does tie into that. We are defining ourselves
Based on
like
what
animals,
society-
man.
Right.
Based on what society says an alpha
totally
male is.
about, man, it's totally about redefining what alpha male is. Because I mean, hearing what he says makes a lot of sense, but it's totally not who we think we are or how we consider ourselves to be men or to be the alpha male. To be who the doctor is saying is oftentimes to say I'm not being a man because I choose to.
If you go society's way,
right.
just because I'm not choosing to weigh in on a matter doesn't make me a beta male.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So I think I think it should really go towards redefining what society says what an alpha male is and who does God say I am, which will make me an alpha male.
It's amazing. When he read the definition, he said it is the dominant person. It's the dominant person. Well, I don't see this being the dominant person. So therefore, there are not a whole lot of men who are dominant. I mean, they're not dominant. Dominant means I'm going to take over it. I'm going to run over whoever I need to be there to take it over. I'm just going to do it.
Oftentimes, based on society, we try to define our alpha maleness based on our own problems. So if I were not raised, if I was beat as a boy, now I'm the head of this house, and I got 2 sons, and I got a wife. Now y'all gonna do this and this and this, and when I'm sitting in this chair, you don't say nothing to me. So is that me taking the lead? Is that me instructing? Is that me leading my pack? Yes, but it's being done from a place of woundedness. So just to be an alpha male doesn't mean I'm healed or I'm whole. or it's what God would want to do, or would want me to do.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is this: alpha male is what it is. I don't think that we necessarily have to redefine what it is. I just think that our definition should just be in line with, because we're trying to make Jesus an alpha male. We're trying to make a definition fit for him that he's too big for.
That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, he's too big for that definition.
Because he's alpha and omega.
Yeah. So alpha. So okay. So Jesus was definitely alpha, but he was also he was everything from the beginning to the end.
To say alpha and omega isn't to say he's two. It's saying he's everything.
Everything and in between.
Yes.
So to be the man, so to be like Jesus. Anybody getting goosebumps? To be like Jesus is to say, I rely on him. I'm a man of that relies on my Father as he relies on his Father, to be whatever I need to be, from I guess alpha, from the beginning to the end. I guess for my family, for the situation, for the job, to be able to get it done. You feel what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
I get it, but
It's very broad. The whole conversation that this alpha thing is very, very broad, because the question is it then situational? I cannot be alpha in my home and not be alpha in the community. Are you with me? So it's very, very broad.
Well, no, I think you alpha over what you are over. I mean, I think I can have presence here. When I walk in here, I have presence. This is who I am.
The Bible says we have dominion, right? So we have over earth.
Okay.